Hi folks, and welcome back to Dune Awakening. So in the last episode we did the Imperial Testing Station number 2, and we got the bits that we needed to make our sand bike. So since then I've built a little, and I say a very little, extension on the front of the base, put a double door in so we can get the sand bike parked inside here instead of building a separate garage for it, because if it's undercover it's protected by the shield and therefore protected from the sandstorm. So today I want to complete a few more things before we head north. So we switch the UI on. Our main mission is to drive up north to the Vermilius Gap, but there's quite a few things that I still want to do down here in Haga Basin South before we go up there. And the first and foremost is we had a contract from the trooper trainer up in the Griffin's Reach trade post, and he wants us to take on 3 people and kill them for him. And the part of that, the reward for that, is to unlock the trooper skill tree, and we really want to unlock that because that gives us the Shigawire, and that is going to be very useful. It also gives us a bunch of XP and Solari. So we want to do that first. If we track that and look at the map, the first one is over here. So we're here, testing stations there, the shipwreck is there, so it's past the shipwreck, further on, and all the 3 kills that we have to do are all over in this area. So now we've got the sand bike, we can scoot across there really quickly and do that a lot easier. However, we have a bunch of stuff to craft. So if we look in our inventory, we bought the schematic for the Hajara Litterjohn Mark 1. That's the unique item. It holds 6 loads of water, if that's the correct term, as opposed to the standard Litterjohn that only holds 4, so is it 6 or 8? It definitely holds more than the standard Litterjohn anyway. So we're going to learn that, so F, learn that. We can only make one of them, that's fine. And in the Imperial Testing Station we got the Emperor Wings. So I got confused because we picked up one of these broken or half-broken passive suspensor belts, and I was trying to jump and float about with them and it didn't work. And that's because the suspensor belt, if you read the text, is protects user from taking damage from falling, automatically kicks on at damaging speeds and will persist as long as the user has power. So if you drop down from a great height, that'll slow you down so you don't take any damage when you hit the ground, but you can't float. With this one, because it's unique, you can jump twice to activate and float upwards. Suspensor fields are notorious for preserving momentum, and they deplete power as long as they're kept activated. So a combination of these wings and the Shigawire Claw makes maneuverability massive. So we're going to learn and craft that. Okay, so let's get them crafted. So water, Litterjohn, so that needs 16 copper ingots, some 3 micro sandwich fabric, and 5 spice infused copper dust. All the unique things requires spice infused copper dust or iron dust, and later it goes up. It'll be spice infused something. So let's craft that. Also we want the Emperor Wings. It's 8 copper ingots, 6 particle capacitors, and 5 spice infused dust, so craft that. And something else I want to make is something I haven't learned yet. So let me go to Y, go to Vehicle, and we've got the Vehicle Backup tool. So this allows you to pick up your vehicle into your backup tool. So when you're out and about and you need to go into a cave or whatever, you can pick up, it says either a sand bike or your ornithopter. How you get an ornithopter or a sand bike into your pocket, I'm not sure, but let's not question it. So let's learn that. So research that. 3 intel points for that. Back seat, that's only if you want to take a passenger. Don't want that. The next level is all locked behind the journey moved on, so we're okay with that. Something else I want to make, there's the standard Litterjohn, look there. Something else I want to make is this, the water cistern. This unlocked after we completed the last quest. There's a whole bunch of stuff unlocked. This allows us to hold another 5,000 milliliters of water. So research that, and we need to craft a couple of them too. Right, we want the backup tool. There it is, copper ingots, particle capacitors. Take the Emperor's Wings, take the Hajara Litterjohn, take the tool. We can now put the Emperor's wings on instead of that one. Let's just drop that because we don't need it. Backup tool, let's put it there. So if we select the backup tool, we can go up to our bike, as long as it doesn't have anything on it. If it's got an inventory and it's got anything in the inventory, you can't pick it up, but you can just go store vehicle, and there we go, successfully stored. And then we can, oh, wrong button, that button. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? I want to 8. Oh, okay. There we go, it's back again. So again, you can pick up your vehicle, tick it in your tool and go into it, and it won't get affected by sandstorms or anything when it's outside. Okay. Right, cisterns, we need to craft that, so we're going to need the crafting tool. It's under storage, and there is a cistern there. It requires 25 copper ingots each. So let's place 2 of them. Well, wait a minute, let me show you. So our blood purifiers are maxed out at the moment. This one holds 1,000 milliliters. It says the circuit capacity, so the full circuit is 2,000 because that's 1,000 from this one and 1,000 from that one. If we then place down a cistern there, and now if we look, the total capacity is 7,000, so that's 5,000 from the cistern and 1,000 from each of the purifiers. And this blood that was now, it was full, now has all this, and it start processing. Can we get another one in there? We can just get one in there, like so. And now we have 12,000 milliliter capacity, so that blood will purify away and fill that up. Excellent. Can I put any more blood in? Not really. Okay, have I picked up everything I need to pick up? I think I have. Right, what we need to do now is go and check out this contract. So we need to head out and head east of the shipwreck. So there's the shipwreck over there. So I'm going to fly across here, and I'm going to bring you back when I'm a little bit closer. Okay, see you soon. Okay, this looks like it. You can see the sort of green, the blue pen icon on my compass. It says 42 meters away. So I'm guessing it's inside that wally hole there. So let me show you that. Yeah. So we can activate the suspensor belt and float. And once we can fly up in the air with our Shigawire Claw, that'll be even more impressive. Right, let's cut this open. Great, there's no one there. Must be further around the corner. Right, we also have to watch out there. There we go. Look, there's traps in some of these caves, so that just there. Can I shoot it? There we go. If I walked over that, that would explode, and it would hurt. Quite often placed around about the chests, so you have to watch. But usually you'll find that these wally caves will tend to either have people in them, or they'll have traps in them. Let me put my helmet back on, and that's probably the guy we want. So let's kill Atu Golvin, it says. He's taken a lot of hits. Yeah, that was Atu Golvin. There's another trap there. Let's blow that up. Can't see any other ones, so let's loot the chest. And then go around and loot you. And of course, we will extract your blood. Always need blood, and we'll take that as well. Okay, that's the first one. If we look on the map, the next one is a long... So this is the shipwreck. This is where we are here. We need to go around the corner and go to this one here. There's a hollow arches. That's a scavenger camp. Caliph's monument. Ooh, that's a different icon. I wonder what that is. That's a little wally cave. But it's just the trooper missions that we're looking for this time. Right, back on the bike. It's just going around the corner, so let's just stick with this. Go around, so you can see the little blue pen for the contract marker on the bar, so it's 400 meters in this direction. Oh, oh look! A downed ornithopter. We want that. Let's get rid of this guy first. Take you down. Any of your friends around? Oh! The sentinel shot at somebody. So outside our base we've got the sort of the buggy, and then we can cut it up and we get armor plating from it. These ornithopters, if you find a crash one of them, let's just scrap metal, and we go and whoop, there's somebody else. Let me get your blood too. Right, if we scan them, ooh, that was a little jump. Right, let's scan this, cut this off. We get Holtzman actuators and scrap metal. And that'll be used for crafting later on, so we want to grab some of them. If we ever see a crashed ornithopter. Take that. That's the cockpit. Tail. And the body. Right, what did we get there? We got 39 Holtzman actuators. That's going to be very useful. Excellent. Right. Let's, where are we? 290. So it's round the other side of this big lump of rock. There's a sandworm ploughing through the sand there. Let's try and keep away from it. Right, it's going past and we need to get across here. And I'm guessing that's it right there. The right distance anyway. Shaman Tunnel, that's the one we want. Let's just take a little heal pack. Okay. We'll need to cut in here. I see traps here again. You must be the guy. There's only one person in here. Are you coming out? Are you coming down? Outer range of the... Right, let's blow you. Quick heal up. Right, so we've got that guy. Now we have to do Cardia's Ulun in Edgeway Cavern, which is down here. But let's just loot this place first. Right, watch out for that trap there. In fact, let's just run over it. And you see it explodes. Right. Loot you. There's actually no actual chests in here, is there? Oh, there must be... there's a little camp out here. Let's sentinel you guys. One down, two down. I've got no compatible containers. I'm full up with blood. And there's the chest. Okay. All the Solari is good Solari. Right, that's this one done. Oh, wait a minute. There is... Did I hear a trap there? There is a trap right there. But there is no chest here, but if we go past it and up here, there's a chest up here. Okay. Right. So it's south we're going, over in that direction, 500 meters. So let's just head over there. This is over a bigger bit of sand. This is why I didn't want to do it without the bike, because we've got large sections of open sand to traverse. You don't want to be doing that on foot. Somebody's built a base up on top of there. Right, where... Oh, is that it? No, it's up this way. Where is it? Aha, this'll be it here. Edgeway Cavern, that's the one. Nothing there. You can hear people speaking. Oh, there's people. Take you down. Take you down. Okay, that's everybody down. Nothing on you. And now it says report back to Gavuri at Griffin's Reach. So this person here, they've got the different uniforms on. This must have been the person we were looking for. There's another scavenger camp just out there. Let me just see. Oh, a couple of seconds left. Let's drop sentinel down. Oh, no chest there. Sentinel is just so good. It is so good. We'll take your darts. You've got nothing. There's a chest. Take that. All done. Okay, right, back to the bike, and then we have to head home. Oh, wait a minute, there's a bit up here. There's more loot up here. Got that. Okay, drop, and activate the wings. Okay, back to the bike, back to the base, drop some stuff off, and then we're going to head off to the Griffin's Reach trade post. I'll see you back at the base. Okay, we're back at base. I've dropped off all my goodies that I've looted, and I've topped up, because the cisterns are now starting to fill up, so there was space. I've topped up the blood purifiers. I think we've only got 2,000 millilitres left in our packs, which will, in fact, let's deposit one more in there. That's just come down enough. Let's go on in there. So now we've got 1,000 left. So they'll slowly fill up and give us lots of water, and I've drunk the water as well. Right, we need to go to Griffin's Reach and hand all these quests in. We've got a whole bunch of quests to hand in. We've got the Trooper Basic one has got to be handed in. The Scrap Metal one has got to hand in the Poison Snooper. The Vial Retrieval one we picked up, we have to deliver the vials. So we've got a few to hand in. However, from playing the beta, I know that once we do that, we're going to get a quest that we have to bring bike parts to the trade post, which means driving all the way back to the base, crafting the parts, then driving all the way back to trade post. So let's take them with us. So on the beta, and I'm hoping it's still the same, we need to take an engine and 2 treads. And it happened that when we did the Imperial testing station, we picked up a damaged engine, but still a working engine. It's got a bit of working in it. So these should, and we've got a tread, we've got an engine and a tread. Got a whole bunch of other bits, and we've got them stacked in here and here. But we're going to make a recycler very soon, and we're going to get some parts back off of these things. So all we need is one more tread to craft. So let's go to bike building, tread, craft. And this is just going to save us a whole bunch of time instead of driving all the way up the trade post to hand these quests in, only to get another quest that has to come back here to craft this stuff and then drive back again. We're going to grab the bits we need. Luckily we've got the foreknowledge of what we'll need, as long as they haven't changed them since the beta, of course. There we go. So that gives us 2 treads and an engine, which will hopefully come in useful. I am going to change into my still suit for travelling, of course. Still suit? There we go. I was like, where's my trousers gone? Armour for fighting, still suit for travelling. Right, let's check the fuel situation. We've got 72%, that's fine. Okay, let's turn out here and let's head to the trade post. And I will see you when I get there. Okay, here we are. We're at the trade post. We've parked in the garage. Unlike this person who hasn't parked the garage and their bike has been somewhat destroyed. What can we do with it? Not an awful lot. Okay, so yeah, they've lost their two front treads and the rest of the bike is in a hell of a state. So yeah, if you come to the trade post, don't park here, park it in the garage, because then Sandstorm can't get it. Okay, in we go. So, first of all, let's go to Gavuri.
Back again, like the sour tang of rancid wine.
Your vengeance is complete.
It's over then. Good. Did they deserve to die? Who knows? But the deed is done regardless.
What did they do to you?
Oh, they took me to a bar. Got me drunk on spice beer and plied me with samuta. When the battle started, I could barely walk.
Sounds more like you were the problem.
Aye. Killing them changes nothing of who I am. But sour wine and sour vengeance are both to my tastes. Now shut your mouth and let me train you. I'd swear you're a fully trained trooper pulling one over on me. And I can't figure out the angle on such a scam. Who are you? Nah, I don't want to know.
Bye. Okay. So he's a bit of a douche, but he has taught us the trooper skill tree. So if we go to the trooper, there we go. We can learn all the trooper stuff now. So we've got range damage passive. So we'll take that. That gives us 3% range damage bonus. We'll take that straight away. Interesting, that's a passive as the first thing. Anti-gravity field. So you can throw it down, uses a modified secondary phase Holtzman field to negate the effects of gravity in a spherical area. You can use the sphere to lift enemies and prevent fall damage during traversal. So a kind of CC thing. And the Shigawire Claw. Use a wrist-mounted launcher to fire off a claw attached to a cable of Shigawire. The extreme tensile strength of the Shigawire launches you in the direction of the cable. It can also be used to stagger opponents during combat. Definitely learning that. And we're going to put that down as our secondary ability. What else do we have? Battle Harn cooldowns down by 20%. Let's learn that too. Explosive grenade. We used that in the preview weekend, and that was really good. Center of mass, body damage, disruptor damage. We don't have a disruptor yet. What's this one? Body damage 10%, headshot minus 10%. I think that is different from the Mentat one, so we'll leave that at the moment. We've got a cooldown going on, and we've got the Shigawire, so we'll take that. That's good enough. Okay, level up, level 16, another skill point. Right, contract complete. Go to the contract. So what have we got? We've got scrap metal, testing limits. So deliver items. This is the poison snooper they were looking for. Deliver. I have a client who needs something recovered from Imperial testing station. He's looking for an old poison snooper. Why? Who knows? But he's paying well. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so we've entered the station. We have acquired the poison snooper. We've delivered it. Contact issuer. So, you got the snooper. I'm sure it wasn't easy. Those testing stations can be absolute treasure troves, but they're usually full of people who don't like to share. Never met a reasonable person in a testing station. Listen, I have another offer for you if you are looking to do a little trading. I need a few components to restore the sandbike. Here we go. In decent condition, not falling apart. Well, kind of. I can't pay for them, but I have some other rarer bike parts that I'm willing to exchange in return. Accept the contract. Deliver. Deliver the engine. So it is still an engine. Cool. Deliver 2 treads. He's accepting the partially damaged ones. There we go. Contact issuer. Yes, these will do nicely. I can trust you can put these sandbike components to good use. Thanks for all your efforts, friend. If we ever meet face to face, I'll buy you a spice beer. Take care out there. So we should have got some items for that. And we've got Do Not Open, the vial retrieval. We've got that to deliver. There is the vials. Deliver. Contact issuer. You found it. The buyer will be pleased. No need to ask if you opened any of the vials. The buyer told me you wouldn't be capable of operating a contact if you had. This stuff, whatever it is, sounds damn dangerous. I don't understand how anyone could lose track of something like that. Well, no harm done in the end, right? Well, that was the vials that they opened in the Imperial testing station that caused them all to go a little bit loopy. So, I think harm was done. Okay, there we go. Right, so we've got 3 quests here. One is increase House Harkonnen standing, issued by Lieberich Maxim Zamir. Note the vehicle needed if crossing from the south. Seize opportunity and work for House Harkonnen. Make something of your small lives and direct them towards something big. Do not fail to speak to Maxim Kazmir at the Anvil trade post in the Vermilius Gap for more information. Must act fast. No Atreides sympathizers. So some XP, some House Harkonnen standing, and some Solari. If you've got what it takes, I'll accept that one. We'll go and speak to him. We'll also take the Atreides one because we'll speak to them as well. See what they've got to say. Exactly the same stuff, but you're going to the House Atreides person. Anton Tolliver at the Anvil. Accept that. And courier run. Are you a reasonably capable and reliable individual? If so, I have a task for you. I need to get a report on scavenger activity in this area to Harko village, but the last courier I heard was eaten by a sandworm while attempting to cross the open desert. I need someone to deliver a package to the Anvil trade post in the Vermilius Gap. The package must remain secure and unopened. Come talk to me if you can do the job. So XP, a whole bunch of Solari, and a scavenger still suit set variant. Interesting. So collect the package from her, hand it over at the Anvil. That's all quests that we have to go to the Anvil at the Vermilius Gap. So let's go speak to Mir.
You keep coming back like this, I'll have to stop calling you stranger. Stranger?
While I'm here, I'm going to buy another Litter John so we can have 2 of them to store water in. So buy that. Okay. And speak to him again. I'm supposed to take a package to the
I'll
Anvil.
have to stop calling you strange. Indeed. I hope you have more brains than the last courier I hired. Idiot tried to cross the desert on foot without a sandbike.
That is very silly. Goodbye. Right, let's have a look and see what we got. So, we got, for completing the whole scrap metal chain, we got Sim's Cutter. So Sim's Cutter, when mining facilities were abandoned in the Vermilius Gap, Sim and his fellow miners decided to try their luck as scavengers. Sim borrowed a unique cutter ray from the ironworks, discovering too late that it was tuned for increased granite, copper and salvage yields and only had basic iron yields. Oh, the irony. Sim was heard to explain. So this does 63 mining yield for copper, granite and salvage metal, but it does 48 for iron. Compared to this one, so that's doing 63. This does 40 for copper, granite and salvage metal and doesn't do anything for iron at all. You can't mine iron with this at all. So we'll have to make a Mark 1 cuttery and see how that compares for its iron yield. We also got these 2 parts, a sandbike inventory module, which gives us some inventory, armor 500 and 250 max volume and 15 slots for our sandbike, or a sandbike booster, which obviously can make you go a little bit faster when you're on your sandbike, but increased heat. So we might actually have 2 sandbikes and have 1 of each, because 1 for carrying stuff, 1 for scooting about quickly. And then there's our Litter John. So And we've got 9,500 Solari from doing that stuff. Right. That's going to be it. And looking at the time, I think we're going to call it here. So, I still have more stuff to do in the gap, so I think we'll do that in the next episode. We've done the quests to do the trooper skill tree, so we've done all that for him, and we've now learned that, and we've got the Shigawire. Can I use the Shigawire down here? Let's see. I can. There we go. So it can shoot us up in the air, and then we can use our Emperor's wings to go even further. Let's jump down. Let's try that again. Oh, too far away. Too far away. Way up in the sky. And back down again. Oh. Came down with a bit of crash there. But yeah, really good for getting up and around places. You can also use it to pull enemies towards you. You can fire it at them and pull it towards them. But mobility has just increased massively. Just because we've got both the Shigawire Claw to fire us up and the Emperor's wings to allow us to fly about as well. Awesome. Right, that's going to do it for today. Okay, I'm going to head home and get everything unloaded, and then next time we'll probably head out and do some more quests. But for now, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.